Okay, you're live.
Great, thank you. Hi, this is a meeting of the Sleepy Hollow Local Development Corp. Today's date is, what is today's?
May 24th.
May 24th. First order of business is to take roll. Can the directors announce themselves?
Anthony Scarpati.
Great,
Teresa Estate.
great,
Ken Ray.
excellent. And this is Mike Dolly. And staff.
Anthony Giacchio is on.
Mhm.
Joan Bucci is on.
Dan Breyer.
Michael Curdy.
Great. Anyone else? No? Okay. We have minutes to approve, minutes from May 10th. Any questions or comments or changes?
Move adoption of the minutes, May 10th.
Second.
Second, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Teresa, did I hear an aye?
She's muted.
So since I wasn't present, I guess I can still vote, right? Mike Curdy, is that correct?
If you weren't present, it's better maybe just to abstain because you weren't at the meeting, but we had enough with all the three other directors to approve the
Okay,
minutes.
so I'll abstain.
Great, thank you. Minutes are approved. Next, we'll go on.
This
move on
meeting
to
is
the-
being recorded. The recording has stopped.
Who was that?
All apologies on that, sorry.
Oh.
I think that was Siri's cousin.
Next, we'll move on to the expenditures. We've got a total of 43,498, spot 98. Any questions or comments on those? I had one I just want to understand the Margie Ruddick
Yes, so
amount.
that is just a retainer initial payment.
Okay, so that's a retainer on the contract that we approved, I think, at our last meeting or the meeting before that, right?
Yes.
Okay,
I have a question, Mike.
yep. Anthony,
Paragon, that's Stan, right?
correct.
The period of time is January to February. Is there a reason we're lagging so much?
No, I think that's just a typo on the date. Is that correct, Joan?
Yes, I'm sorry, that typo.
I think it's been like that the past one or two meetings.
Oh, geez.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Okay.
It's-
Okay,
Thank
so
you.
that's through, is that through May?
That is April through May, correct? April to May.
Got it. Okay,
Thank you.
so let's correct that for the record, Joan.
Yes, I will.
Okay, any other questions? If not, I'll ask for a motion to approve.
Motion to approve the expenditures?
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
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 Aye. Okay, the expenditures are approved. Not aware of any resolutions for tonight, so we'll move on to the consultant report. Dan?
Okay. We'll start off with phase 1B. We're expecting substantial completion on or around Wednesday, May 26th this week. We should have the remaining loads of fill needed to complete the surcharge program. We'll be discussing on our weekly call tomorrow to see, if we can determine an exact load count with the contractor, but we're pretty much there. Since the restart on April 28th, we've placed about 35,000 cubic yards. So it's basically over the past 3 weeks. And to date, we've placed about 185,000 cubic yards, which is equivalent to round about 10,000 truckloads. That's dating all the way back to, 2016 when the first loads of fill started coming into the site. But that's quite a milestone. So from this point forward, or should I say, on or around Wednesday or later this week, only erosion and sediment control items, as well as some continued monitoring and settlement over the next 4 to 6 months will remain of actual work on site. So for the most part, the physical work will be ending between this and next week as the contractor wraps up some outstanding punch list items before we enter the settlement phase. We have a payment requisition from the contractor that is being reviewed. But other than that, that's pretty much. Does anyone have any questions about phase 1 and where we're at? We'll jump into phase 2. So for phase 2, we've had a couple of progress meetings, a larger meeting on May 12th with the greater team, just to bring everyone up to speed as to what's going on and what is needed from whom, as well as some smaller meetings just to review the roadway geometry for the proposed bridge, Road A, which now accommodate a larger field in the southwest quadrant. That is being confirmed and finalized this week, as well as trying to pin down retaining wall types and aesthetics to balance, cost versus utility of those walls, and how they can kind of serve a multi-purpose, not just dividing, 2 different grades, but incorporating plantings or seating into the walls themselves. So that's some of the stuff that's being finalized this week. Some of the next steps for phase 2 for both Margaretic Landscape and WSP are to go through and run a cut fill analysis and determine the rough grading of the site. Once we can take the excess fill off the top of the DPW area, as well as finishing up the 60% plans and estimates so that we can move forward with our formal planning board application in advance of the June 17th session. As far as phase 3, DPW RFP was issued about a week and a half ago with sign off from our DEC grant manager. We held a site tour last Friday with 4 prospective design firms in attendance. The deadline for for any inquiries about the RFP is this Friday, and the bids will be due the following Friday in two more Fridays on June 11th. For the East Parcel Viaduct, we're still in a holding pattern with MTA Risk Management, but hopefully we can unstick that log jam and get out there and do the temporary work. Either way, the work on the demolition plan updates is moving forward. So we have some updated plans and specifications that are under review, and the next steps there will be pulling that package together with biddable documents and getting the advertisement going, as well as working again with Metro North to work through the any force account that's going to be necessary for that work. And that pretty much wraps up everything in my report.
Okay, Dan, I just had a couple quick ones. As far as the cameras go, what would the total number of cameras be now after these new ones? I was looking at it today. A couple of them were down, but I think I counted 22. That includes the additional cameras, right?
Yeah, I think we only added 2 cameras. 4 of the cameras were just relocated because of the work that's gone on. Either the views were obscured or there were a couple cameras that kind of looked at the same. But yeah, I believe the count is 22.
Got it. Okay. And I uploaded the new drone shots that we took. I don't know if you saw that, but they're in the Dropbox file.
Okay, hey, I'll take a look. And
Ken, I went over the Pecanico River too, and you might want to request some shots over there. It's kind of interesting to view that whole area from DeVries over the river from above. So if you get a chance, take a look at those.
I definitely will.
Okay, any other questions for Dan?
Dan, if you can just send me the RFP, so I have a copy of it.
Sure.
Great, thanks. And where are they going back to? Are they going back to Anthony or you or?
I believe they're going to me.
Okay.
Anything else? Okay, thanks, Dan. Old business, new business, anything?
Yeah, one thing I want to schedule a presentation of the LDC with the Board of Trustees in early June. Anthony, Giacchio, or Joan, let's see, tomorrow night is a board meeting. So next week, maybe middle of June. Does that work?
15th or the 22nd?
Yeah.
No, it'd be the 8th,
Well, that's not the
Tuesday.
middle of June.
right? It'd be the 8th
Well,
or the
not the first week then.
22nd.
Or the 15th?
You want a board meeting or work session or?
Yeah, let's do the work session on the 15th.
Okay.
All right. And the Board of Trustees is, just for your information, is moving back to the boardroom for our meeting starting tomorrow night.
Great.
And what should we do? Should we move back also starting next week?
I'm fine with it. This is incredibly convenient.
Yeah.
But I leave it up to the rest of the board. Certainly for trustee meetings, I'm really looking forward to being back in the boardroom.
Right. Well, why don't we stick with this for the time being? As long as it's allowed, we'll continue to do this.
I believe it is. Mr. Curdy might tell us otherwise, but.
Yeah, it's all governed by whether the governor continues to extend the executive order allowing for the remote meetings.
Okay. Anything else?
Sorry, Mike, I just want to raise something. So I'll be going to Europe for 2 months to see my family and anyway, I can elaborate more, but yeah, I'll be away all of July and all of August. So hopefully we can still do it via Zoom.
Got it. Okay. Good to know.
That'd be a good reason to keep it going.
2 months. Wow. That'll be
Yeah, I'll still be working from there, but yeah, I start at 7 a.m. most days now, so it's actually good. I'm not an early riser.
We could probably join you in Spain if that's where you're going.
Spain and Italy and a bit of France. Yeah.
the whole family's going.
Yes, all of us.
Well, Massimo needs me to, air out his car or blow it out, keep it running. I'm happy to help out there. So
I think
I'll let him know.
Board member Scarpati and I will be joining you in both Spain and Italy.
I
Okay?
agree.
So,
I second that motion.
yeah.
what about me?
You're gonna be here taking. You're gonna take care of the.
You're
car.
driving cars.
Oh, that's right.
Shirking your
All right.
responsibility.
If there's nothing else, I'd ask for a motion to go into exec session to discuss possible contract negotiations?
So moved.
Seconded.
All those in favor say aye.
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 Thank you, and don't expect to come back and make any decisions afterwards, so we'll be adjourning after the exec session, FYI. Okay, Mike Lavoy, can you